Hello and welcome to Rival Esports coverage of the Dreamhack Montreal closed qualifiers for North America. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan, and today I am joined by Meet and Greek. How are you doing, man?
Ryan, I'm doing fantastic. We had a fantastic day of Rocket League yesterday, and I know today is going to be even more competitive.
Oh yeah, it's just going to be so much more competitive. I mean, we have so many very high-level teams, and like we were saying yesterday, some of those teams coming in from their games yesterday, they are only going deeper into the fire today. It's going to be extremely difficult for some of these teams to get through.
Yeah, it is, because of course we have all of our RLCS squads invited, except for NRG and Cloud9, who are not playing in the closed qualifier. However, besides that, it's still a stacked closed qualifier today. There's going to be a ton of awesome games, and I'm hoping that we also get some great upsets.
Yeah, I'm looking to see some of these upsets happening as well. You want to talk about our first match that we're going into?
Oh yeah, I do. This is going to be fantastic, folks. This is going to be such a close match. We have Afterthought going up against RGB eSports, and for all of you who don't know, Afterthought is coming in through here with Shock, and we have a couple of stand-ins. We have Safu and First Killer on that side of the field. I think this squad is going to make some magic happen. But of course, on the other side, we have RGB eSports. So we have Rapid and Aeon, you know, the former Continuum squad. But everyone knows that. That was way back then. And we have Seabass, the ex-Allegiance player. And this is a squad we've seen play together before. And like, again, this RGB team, they're going to bring in all they've got. This is going to be a close one. It's a best of 5. So I don't see this going any other way. I'm thinking all 5 games, it's going to be that close.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that. I think we're going to all 5 games. I'm extremely curious to see how this Afterthought roster works out together, though, because Safu and First Killer alone, you look at them and you're just like, these guys are powerhouse players. Safu, former RLCS player. And then you got First Killer, who's just a monster at once. He's constantly winning the Beyond Net tournaments. And then last but not least, we have Shock, who he has been on several very large teams. He has been a powerhouse throughout the bubble scene and in the RLRS when he was there. So that team alone has just so much experience behind it that I'm really curious how they're going to stack up, because it's not a team that I really thought was going to kind of come together. It just wasn't. That's not the group of players I really saw happening.
Yeah, and actually, I believe I saw Shock on Twitter like a day or two ago. We got rank S and 6-man. So like, hey, Shock, congratulations. But that's a tough grind to get to. I have a lot of respect for that. But again, RGB eSports, they're not going to make it easy. Aeon, Rapid, and Seabass, they're going to bring it all they've got. Folks, we're getting this lobby set up for you right now, but I already know it's going to be a good one. So I believe we're going to have voting in the chat. If you haven't voted yet, please do. Exclamation point AFT for Afterthought. Exclamation point, what else could it be? Possibly RBG in the chat for RGB eSports. And get those numbers going, folks. It looks like overwhelmingly right now the vote is for Afterthought. So we have a huge presence in the chat right now that's cheering on Shock and the squad. We'll have to see if RGB can change anything about that. We have our lobby made. Our players are set up and ready to go. And I'm ready for some great Rocket League. Right, Ryan?
Me too, man. And you know, RGB may not be getting the vote, but I think by the end of this, they'll have made some believers out of them as they go along through the bracket. Even if it's in losers, I think they'll have some believers behind them. So without further ado, guys, we are going to get right into it. Game number 1 here of the closed qualifiers between RGB eSports and Afterthought. Best of 5. Meet and Greek, who are you thinking is going to take this?
You know, I got to say, I don't want to put all my eggs in the basket, but I think Afterthought will be able to squeak this one through.
Yeah, I'm a little more inclined to put my hat in their favor as well, but right off the bat, we're going to have it cleared away there. First Killer coming in, trying to make some magic happen, but Rapid can clear it away. Shot going after it, trying to center it up. He gets it past Aeon. Is there a follow-up? No. Tapped away by RGB, but Afterthought again trying to continue this onslaught. Really not going to want to give RGB too much space to work with here.
Yeah, and look at these passing plays that Shock is setting up for his teammates. Unfortunately, First Killer and Safi, they weren't there for that first play, but it just goes to show the creativity that's really coming out from the squad. I'm expecting great things from them.
Yeah, this team has a lot of power behind them. They got a lot of experience now, so hopefully we'll see things go in their favor. Sathu gonna clear it out to the side. Gets a nice little bump there. He's gonna slow down Rapid. But Seabass tries to take possession once more. First killer winning that 50-50. Challenged by Shock. Doesn't land quite the way he wanted, so Aeon's gonna take possession. Sathu coming in. Can he make it happen? Can't quite do it as Seabass picks up a save.
Yeah, and he barely had any boost in that tank. I think by the end of it, as he was tapping it away, he let the last of it go. So can you imagine how much more deadly Sathu could be if he just had a little bit more boost?
Oh man, you don't want to give these guys too much boost to work with. So if you're RBG, you want to try and get some boost steals in your favor. So Sathu with possession. Can't get it past Seabass. Rapid with the follow-up. Puts it on the backboard. And Shock is there to make the stop, but it's not a good clear. They finally bop it away. Aeon off to Rapid, off the ceiling. And again, we're not seeing those follow-throughs there. Want to see RBG kind of get a little more aggressive in some of their positioning, I think.
Yeah, I agree, but they're starting to balance out their offense. They're getting possession, which is important. This ball's not on the orange half as much, and now they're starting their own attack. Aeon, the shot goes right over first killer, and we have the first goal of the game.
And Aeon finding goal number 1. Great little play here as he takes it over that defender, and we just see first killer not able to get to that one in time. So RBG take the lead right as we approach halftime. Shock going in for the kickoff. First killer trying to move it downfield. There's the touch by Sathu. Rapid gonna take possession back. Great demo there on Shock. He's gonna slow down that playmaking for Afterthought. First killer up high. And we're starting to see them try to keep it in the orange half a bit better. Afterthought, they get some nice aggression going in their favor, but then they have a little bit of a harder time maintaining it.
Yeah, and I think it's due to the fact that they got scored on a little bit early in this game. I don't think they were expecting that. You can see the confidence that came out when this game first started, and now they're starting to lose a little bit of that edge. I think they have to make a reset here, Ryan. If they can get that going, get back on offense, I think they're going to do well.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be that mental game, so hopefully they'll be able to kind of patch things up, not let that one goal get them down. You got 2 minutes left. You can't let that get you down. So Shock with possession. Tries to get a pass. Can he do it? Great challenge there by Rapid. First killer, again, making the push. Seabass, great sidewall defense there. And we're seeing RBG with some really solid challenges. Almost able to break through, but Shock is there in time. Aeon off to the side. First killer making the challenge. Not going to be good enough, though. Cleared away by Sathu. And RBG really starting to put up a great midfield defense as they start to establish that wall. Going to make things a lot more difficult as they start to stifle any offensive pressure Afterthought hope to get.
Yeah, and if you're watching this, you might be thinking, oh, RBG's hesitating a little bit. But I digress. I think they're playing very smart here because they're not overcommitting. They're not double committing either on the offensive half, and they're just waiting. They're waiting for an erratic clear to come out from Afterthought, and they're just going to hit it right back onto offense, and that's huge for them because they're wasting time. They have the lead, and hey, if this ball is on the offensive half, they're going to have more scoring opportunities as well.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to increase their scoring potential here. Great little shot there, but Aeon is in the way. Stopped by first killer. On the wall is Shock. Goes for the shot, but Rapid is in the way again. And RBG really not having to fight off very difficult shots. We're not seeing Afterthought put up anything too deadly at the moment. And I think they're, like you were saying earlier, being very hesitant. They've got to start to feel a bit better about themselves. This is game number 1. You know, go all in on it right now. You have nothing to lose.
But there it is.
Shock, he goes all in and he finds goal number 1. 19 seconds left. Rapid not getting a great clear there, but Shock is ready for it.
And talk about threading the needle on that play. I thought for sure that was going to be saved, but Shock proves us wrong. And he's been doing this all game. He's been putting prospective shots on goal, but he just ends up finding the needle in the haystack there. But watch out for Aeon! Oh, the kickoff goal. What happened to the defense?
And you just see right there, first killer thinking he's going to get the touch, does a misflip, and Shock, he was kind of like a deer in the headlights right there. He really didn't know where he was supposed to be on that one.
Well, yeah.
When you're sideways like that too, he wasn't positioned very well. So Aeon gonna find goal number 2. So we got 2 goals back-to-back within 4 seconds of each other. Seabass taking it downfield. And RBG, they lost the lead and they gained it right back with relative ease. Shock making one final push here for Afterthought. That's going to touch down, and RBG take game number 1 here.
And that has to be rough for Afterthought, especially because you tied this game up. Hey, you're back in it. Shock had an amazing shot on net. And then all of a sudden, the kickoff goal, Aeon's like, nope, give me my 2 goals for this game. I'm going to take this one for my team. And we're going to take game 1. So I have some very interesting thoughts on this game because I thought Shock was setting up some really interesting plays. However, I just didn't really see First Killer or Sathu really up to support him. I think they were playing a little bit too passively in the back, kind of midfield, waiting for maybe a potential clear. But that also could be related to the fact that maybe these plays that Shock was setting up weren't really that ideal. So maybe it wasn't so worth it per se to go for them. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw that a little early on too. And I thought that was very interesting. But however,
that was exactly right though. We saw them going for a lot of shots. There was nothing really deadly coming from Aftershock.
Afterthought.
Afterthought. I say Shock, so it's like, you know.
Shock's been with Afterthought for so long. I bet you could probably call it Aftershock if you want to. But again, like this, there's nothing wrong with this team. Like skill-wise, this is a very talented team, and they can make it happen. But again, it's all about that mentality and that confidence. I want to see more of that from them. I want to see them tie the series up because, of course, we all want to see a Game 5.
Oh, I mean, you know it. And really, Afterthought is the one that a lot of people were putting a lot of stock in, as we saw earlier in the voting. So really, they're the ones who've got to kind of step up here. RBG, they proved themselves there in game number 1. Like I said, they're going to make some believers. I fully believe that. So here it is. Fresh slate here now for Afterthought. Let's see if they can make some magic happen. Try to get it past Seabass, but can't do it. Shock up off the wall. Seabass with the challenge off to Aeon. And First Killer is there. Great challenge by Seabass. Sends it up towards the crossbar. Shock in the way. Pass right back out. And again, RBG, like we were saying, they're doing a great job with this offensive pressure. They're playing smart. They're not committing too hard if they know the play is not going to be able to work out.
Yeah, and I'm actually liking that play style from them early on in this game because it's really starting to limit this Afterthought offense because they're already on that orange half. But even though that's the case, we're not seeing any hesitation or, that could be a mistake there. Shock able to steal the goal from First Killer. But an unfavorable dunk leads to this goal.
And that was just a great play right there. First Killer with the quick interception, and he's just going to kick it right downfield for Shock to finish it off. So Afterthought getting their goal number 1 here in game 2. Sathu in the kickoff. Shock going to challenge. First Killer taking it off to the side. Opts not to go for the wall, but go for an infield pass. Smart play there, but Aeon not going to let it get through. Rapid tries to punch it through. Shock with the challenge. Seabass going up, but a nice bump right there is going to throw him way out of the play. That makes defense a little bit easier to break apart, but they're not going to be able to make anything happen there. Sathu falling down. Shock with the challenge. Into the corner. Can't get it past that backline defender. Oh, and there's an attempt, but Seabass can't make it work out. And RBG, again, just showing that they can take shots from positions you may not be expecting.
Yeah, that's what makes them so deadly, Ryan, as Aeon throws another one. The defense scrambling for Afterthought. Save after save coming out from them. And I'm liking this offensive run we're seeing from RBG as another shot goes in.
Yeah, we're starting to see RBG getting very deadly. They're starting to bare their teeth, if you will. And so really right now, Afterthought have got to be careful because once this team gets moving, they're going to be a bit tough to stop. Rapid. There with First Killer and Shot. Seabass going downfield into the corner. Makes a great challenge right there in the air. He's going to slow the play down, but there's a shot attempt just going to go a bit wide of the goal. RBG trying to take possession once more. And we see Afterthought again. They're trying to take a page out of their book and set up that midfield wall. Stopped again by Seabass. First killer. Gonna try and get it past, but we have 2 defenders there. Seabass is demoed out. There's a moment here they can try and make something happen, but nothing is gonna manifest. Afterthought starting to get a little aggressive, starting to try to create some plays of their own, so I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah, they're really taking control of the tempo of this game. We're seeing now the offense from RBG starting to get a little limited, but hey, right as it seems that RBG's kind of out of it, they just come out and make these crazy plays. Now, unluckily for them, they haven't been able to score on them, but they've been creating the possibilities.
Yeah, they've definitely been creating some possibilities here for themselves, and Afterthought too have made some very nice plays, pulling off a save. Sathu gonna pick up his savior medal right there. And Afterthought are just going wild on the defense. Really not letting anything get through for RBG. Wrap it up on the wall. Oh, and there's a great demo. Rapid taken out of play by Sathu. And Afterthought just continuously starting to use these demos to really give themselves room to breathe or try to create openings on the defense.
Yeah, and that's actually very important if you're playing defense or you're playing offense, really. If the demo game really just gets your opponent out of that rotational mindset, opens things up, and it forces the issue. That's why I'm a really big fan of it.
Yeah, I love demo game. That's my jam right there. You asked me my favorite strategy, it's definitely gonna be demos, and Shock!
There it
just manages to get it right past that last defender with that pass from Sathu. Seabass with the unfortunate challenge sends it into the open arms of Shock, who finds goal number 2.
And right here now we have a 2-goal lead going into finishing off in game 2. There's a minute left. I'm not really seeing Afterthought dropping this lead unless a catastrophe happens per se. And this could be the start of it as Seabass threads the needle.
And you know that caster curse, it strikes once more. RBG gonna find their first goal here in game 2 and just managing to sneak that one past that defense. So they got 43 seconds. 1 goal is totally doable right here. Can they pull it off? Seabass gets a touch off to the side. Gets the challenge on Sathu. That one dangerous. Seabass off to the side. First killer with the challenge. Afterthought want to remain aggressive here. They don't want to give RBG any room to breathe. Shock in the corner. Aeon with the shot off the backboard, and the follow-up is not fast enough. First killer going to keep it safe.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Pitch, and he gets past. The final defender, Shock, a little too aggressive in his positioning, is going to give goal number 2 to RBG.
Take a look at that. Seabass just pinching that off of Sathu, making him pay for that. RBG, oh my goodness, tying this one up, trying to take game 2 and put this one into match point.
And RBG, they just are so deadly at these last critical seconds in any game. So that's when they're going to look very deadly. You've got to make sure you're putting the brakes on them. Final push here for either team. RBG making it.
Up in the air.
There's the touch and a stop by first killer. That one will go down. We are going to our first overtime.
No way. Oh my. This game is getting crazy. We knew it would be like this, Ryan, but even then it's still so hype.
You just can't even imagine how we're feeling right now, folks. I hope you guys are just as excited as we are. Challenged there by Aeon and saved by first killer as he picks up a savior medal of his own. Rapid on the wall. Seabass clears it away. Sathu trying to make the offensive push here. Aeon drops it down very nicely. They're going to make another push themselves here.
Shock doesn't have a boost.
Attack. Off a bit wide there. Seabass heading down. He's going to go and forego that challenge. He's going to move on to the backfield. First killer bumped away, so that's going to slow down any offensive measure they were hoping to take.
That's a good pass.
Oh, and that one just goes off the crossbar. They can't make anything happen, and we're seeing a bit of an opening there in the backfield for Afterthought. They want to be really careful about that.
Yeah, they do, because those shot placements are very deadly. They're lucky that one didn't fly in, but watch out for Seabass. Is going to try to take this one around the corner.
They're going to be pushing it downfield, going for their counterattack. There's first killer to meet it up high. And Rapid is going to stop it once more, trying to get a counterattack of their own, but Afterthought continue the pressure. Things looking a bit dangerous. There's first kill on high. He drops it in. 3-2, and Afterthought take game number 2. We are tied 1-1 for the series. That game 5 is starting to look a bit more likely, meet and greet.
Yeah, it is, but again, first killer just coming up through here, getting the shot placement correct and sending his team on, tying this series up. But oh man, Ryan, what a series!
It's great, man. It's great.
That was only game 2.
That was only so beautiful to watch. But so what are your thoughts here between Afterthought and RBG? Both teams still looking really good. RBG making that last-minute push to force overtime.
I think that these teams are so close that it's almost impossible to pick between them. And like,
yeah, it's really it's kind of a coin flip on who you're gonna pick.
Yeah, and like I know Josh from RBG, really cool guy. I was talking to him a little bit about the team during RLCS Season 7, and he was telling me there's gonna be great things to come. And hey, I believe it. This squad's doing great.
Oh yeah.
But again, Afterthought right here, Shock picking up Thirst Killer and Safi to play in the Montreal Qual is like, this is a really solid team as well.
Yeah.
So, again, though,
2 star players.
But again, like, we don't know the implications. This might not be permanent until we hear it officially. But for now, we're just assuming they're playing the Montreal Qualifier. Unless I missed the tweet or twit longer or something.
The results will determine if this is a solidified roster or not.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what happens here. But again, we're going to get right into game 3, folks. It's going to be a good one here. This one, take it, you'll put into match point. And my Rocket League crashed for a second, but we're still in it, which is good. Let's get right into this one.
Safu going to go in for the challenge there on Rapid. Rapid up high, going for a shot. Just gets saved by Shock. And already Afterthought out the gate are getting really aggressive. They do not want to let their foot off the gas for even a second here. First killer just messing up his touch, but Shock is going to keep the push down to him, feeding the ball once more. Seabass going to take possession here. Hold and control as he goes for this air dribble. And Shock going to just receive it beautifully. Demo there in net. Safi taken out of play. That was a moment for RBG to try and get a goal. And wow, Seabass with the challenge right in front of the net, dunks it in.
Yeah, and take a look at this read Seabass is able to get. He knows that ball is bouncing straight down. He sees Safi there, and he just gets his car right on the side of that ball and hits it in. Just 4:21 left in this game.
Beautiful last-second challenge there, and RBG secure the lead by getting goal number 1 here in the game. First killer trying to follow it out, and already we're starting to see Afterthought make challenges in the midfield, slow these offensive pushes, but RBG are not gonna give up that easily. Shock throws it down. Seabass gets thrown away. Oh, great little touch, but it's not gonna be effective as Shock clears it away. Oh, and Seabass taken out of the play, but Rapid is there to secure the save. And already again, Afterthought, they're getting really scary with these demo plays they're pulling off. Seabass up on the wall, challenges Shock, but he loses it out. Aeon trying to kick it back out to Seabass. Once more, Afterthought with the push. Saved by Aeon. Aeon falling through, tries to get a little kick out to the side. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Afterthought right now. They look great on the offense. Oh, and Seabass just picks up another save.
Yeah, and Shock, you gotta be careful about him. He's so deadly. He's like the silent killer on this Afterthought team. You don't really see it coming until it's too late. But again, though, we're seeing a lot of offense from RBG. Things are turning around for them this game, but you gotta be careful of that. But that ball's going all the way downtown, Ryan. You can't let that happen.
You hate to see it happen to him. Seabass with the booming clear. He is going to find goal 2 right as we approach halftime. 2 minutes 57 left on the clock here in Game 3. And Game 3 here is the most crucial, as most people know. Game 5, it puts them in that one-game situation. Safi almost able to put that one on. So how are you feeling about these two teams at the moment?
At the moment, it's kind of starting to play out like Game 2, except reversed. So it's still plenty of time left here for Afterthought. They're doing well, and the 2 goals they got scored on, you know, can't really blame them for those 2, because the first one, the bounce off of, I believe it was First Killer, and then the second goal was just a boomer downfield. Nothing really mechanically egregious, I guess.
Yeah.
But you really still shouldn't let those in.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't. Oh, and Aeon almost manages to dink that one right past that final defender. RBG are looking stellar right now. You see Rapid waiting for that boost pickup. Just manages to get it, though. Sathu up with the challenge. Seabass in the way. And I'm loving the proper saves and everything that we're seeing from RBG. They've been playing a really safe, methodical style this series, and I mean, it's working so well for them.
Well, I mean, when you stick to the basics, it's hard to really go wrong. And I think Afterthought right now, they're playing for the mistakes in the defense, which is why they're bringing out the demo meta, because RBG's not really making any errors in their rotation.
Yeah, RBG are flawlessly moving through every single thing they're doing, and they're looking solid. Aeon with a shot, but Shock is in the way. Sathu gonna slow that down so Shock can clear it away easy. Follow through, manages to get it past the defender. First Killer tries to make the push. Shock looking to send it out to the mid. Aeon again making that stop. And right now, Afterthought, they really have got to be working to pick up these 2 goals. They're at 1 minute left in the game, and they still have nothing to show for it. Aeon get challenged by First Killer. Sathu is up. Oh, and he just drops out the crossbar, but Shock with the final kill shot there for him. Gonna make it a 1-2 game.
Yeah, and this is almost mirroring exactly last game. We have a goal scored in under a minute left. But
don't do it to me again, because my heart can't take that.
Now Afterthought's still down. Will we see another overtime? That's the question.
It's definitely doable. RBG showed us that it can definitely happen. But RBG are not wanting to let it happen. They want to shut the book on it. Rapid is up. First Killer in position. And again, RBG, they're getting aggressive, and that's what you want to do in these final seconds. You don't want to let up off the gas. If you just try to waste time, you kind of create openings for yourselves. I'm liking that RBG are keeping themselves aggressive here. 20 seconds left, and Afterthought still need that goal. Challenged by Seabass, trying to put it out to the side. First Killer, finally they're able to make a push, but not evaded. Rapid!
No way!
Rapid!
Is that
him? He put it away! Oh, and he gets the dunk! Rapid gonna have his say in it, and he makes sure to slam the door shut. RBG looking like they're gonna take this game.
And that ball wasn't going in, except for the fact that Rapid picked up a tiny boost pad on his way when he landed on the ground in order to get
just enough, man.
Just enough in the tank to extend the lead to 2 to solidify their Game 3 victory. And they're going to go into Game 4 now on match point.
Like I was saying, man, RBG's going to make some believers here out of people. I knew they were going to give Afterthought a good run for their money. We both knew it. And RBG looking fantastic with a massive 10 shots that game.
Oh my goodness. RBG really flexing right now in Afterthought, and I want to see
take a look at the guns, you know.
I want to see this vote change a little bit, folks, because it's not. Y'all are still like
they're standing by them. They're standing by them.
It moved a little bit for RBG again, but man, this team right now, they're playing so well, Ryan, that they're exceeding almost a lot of my expectations, and this is great because the team who wins this series is going to go face Rogue, who top forward at RLCS.
That's going to be a tall order. You're going up against a team that has been looking really great lately. Yeah. So whoever wins this has to come out looking in top shape themselves. And right now, I think that's RBG. RBG are playing very clinically. They're playing methodical. They are playing very just fundamentally solid Rocket League.
Yeah, and you can see they only had 1 save in that entire game. I mean, granted, they got scored on 1 time, so there were 2 shot attempts eventually that were deadly or on target at least. But like, that just goes to show like what we're seeing right now. That methodical defense really coming through, and it's working well.
And so, guys, without further ado, we are going now into game number 4. RBG 1 win away from going to face Rogue. Afterthought looking to pull off a 2 wins in a row to take the series themselves. Quick redirect downfield. Shock passing it off to first killer. There's a shot, but not if anything Rapid has to say about it. Kicking it off. Aeon looking for the push himself. Can't get it past. And both teams, they have great defense, but RBG, when push comes to shove, they are just going to put shot after shot on you. Sathu clears it down. Can they get to it?
Oh, there we go.
But the onslaught continues, and Shock can't finish it.
I can't believe that ball didn't go in. That must hurt for Shock, but at least he knows that they're getting opportunities. That's so important for Afterthought right now. They have to score first in this game, or else all that momentum is going to go right into RBG's favor.
Yeah, that first goal is going to be crucial here for Afterthought. But they have got it in a dangerous position right now. Not a great touch there by Shock, but Sathu keeps it safe. Seabass gonna wait to challenge this one. He's gonna leave that one off to Aeon. Rapid up high. Aeon with the challenge. Where's Seabass? There he is. He makes a challenge right there. Goes back out to the side. First killer clears it away.
And you're asking,
relying on a lot of these booming clears right now.
And you're asking where was Seabass on that play, but I agreed with his placement. He was not too far back, but he wasn't too far forward. You don't want any misplay here to go and turn into a free goal. We've already seen boomer plays and boomer goals happen this series, and you got to be extra careful here.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of those happen, and Afterthought, they've got to be weary of those. They got to be watching out for that to happen again. And definitely, I'm with you. Seabass, I think that was definitely proper positioning for him. He keeps it, they're keeping it safe. They're playing safe right now, and I like that. You got the lead. But I want to make sure they're keeping up that aggression. Oh, and there's a long one, but first killer, he's going to sweep that up with relative ease. First killer again with the ball. Oh, challenge by Shock. It's dangerous, but Aeon and Seabass will work together to clear that one out. We're now hitting halftime, and still nobody has gotten a goal yet. I think this is going to be our closest game yet. Oh, quick redirect.
Wow.
First killer again picking up that.
That's a good pass. Oh, Aeon. Rapid was feeding Aeon right there on that play, but he couldn't get a shot off, and I really like this idea. The pass plays are so important because right here in this game, we see a lot of it from Afterthought. They've tightened up their defense so well.
Yeah, Afterthought have definitely kind of compacted that defense, which is really good to see. But they're really not, I mean, they're getting a couple shots here and there, but still we're seeing RBG make the more aggressive, more dangerous looking plays on them. Oh, can he get a pass? No, Shock is going to be there for it. Rapid clears out to the side, Shock away. First killer. Shock once more. Shock going to take out Seabass. Aeon going to take out Sathu, though. There's the shot! First killer just manages to bang it off the crossbar, and Afterthought take the lead. And we were talking about how this first goal was going to be crucial for these guys.
Oh, and this is unfortunate positioning by Rapid. He had 74 boost in the tank at the time of that goal, but he was posted up front post, near post to the ball. Should have been back post, would have had a better opportunity to boost into the ball and get the clear. Again, lapses in judgment are what make these games decided.
Yeah, and you definitely can't afford to make any mistakes here. Once you get into these close qualifiers, everybody's going to be playing at an extremely high level. So, I mean, you just really have to be playing on top of your game. Shock going to follow this one out. Quick takeaway from Seabass. Looking to center it up. Oh, no one there, though, to meet him. And I'm liking some of these passing plays we're seeing from RBG, but even they can still have one man back and have someone there with the quick follow through.
Yeah, but I think it's really a lot of discretion on the play there as well, because we saw Seabass bringing that ball around. However, there was a bunch of defenders in net. You do not want to send up your entire team there, because all of a sudden that ball could be easily cleared downfield and then you're down by 2.
Yeah, so, I mean, definitely they got to kind of weigh their options out here. Just would like to see at least one more of them. Not the whole team, but at least one more come up for some of these follow-throughs. Because that one definitely, I think, was an opening for them. Cleared away there. Aeon dropping out to the side. Shock trying to get it back out the first killer, but he can't put enough power on it. Sathu misses the touch. First killer once more. Afterthought's trying to get something moving here for themselves. 23 seconds left. RBG have got to find an answer or we're going to game 5. First killer off to the corner. Aeon in the way. Once more off to the side. Sathu. Oh, and here could be the push. Now's their chance off to the side. Oh, and Rapid and Seabass not in a position to make anything happen. They can't let it touch down. It will be clear. It will be killed though by Afterthought, who are taking us to game 5.
And we knew it from the get-go. It's gonna go to game 5. That's how close this series is, and it's a shame that it has to end after 5 games. I would love to see this series play on because this is
only
so
we have
fantastic.
a best of 7 right now.
Best of 7, best of 9, best of 11. Who knows what's going to happen here? But again, all good things have to come to an end here, Ryan. And we're going to go to game 5. And this is where here's where it all comes down to. But these teams have been trading literally back and forth this entire series. So if history favors RBG, they're going to look to see themselves take game 5. But Afterthought, they've been playing extremely well. They changed up their game plan here in game 4, and they played a much tighter defense, and they played much more controlled. And I really like that because the fact that they're able to change up their play style mid-series is big for them because it shows that they can make these micro adjustments and make this gameplay even better. So now it's all in Afterthought's favor. I think they have a lot of momentum here going into game 5. They got the W. They have the win within their grasp. But they just got to win 2 games against RBG in a row. That's basically how this series has to end for them.
Afterthought, gonna see if they can break the trend right now, but I am with you. I like that Afterthought. They made that change mid-series. It shows that they can adapt on the fly. That shows a lot of restraint, shows a lot of diligence on their part. So really great to see that from them. They kind of took a page out of RBG's book and were playing a bit safer. They were playing more controlled, like you were saying. So we're gonna see if that continues right now, or if we're going to see them make a return to old play styles that they had before. Sathu almost able to get that shot on target, but Seabass in the way. First killer trying to put that one off the crossbar, but Seabass again with the backboard defense. And you got to start looking for some other ways. These backboard passes, they're not going to be quite as effective when you look at some of these teams because they know that that's going to be a red zone. They know that they need to shut down plays that are developing there. So I want to see them try to go for some more infield passing. Some of those things were looking pretty good there for RBG as they go for them.
Yeah, it is. But again, we're starting to see things early here. And another booming clear downfield. And that's what you have to be careful of if you're Afterthought because we have seen that stab them in the back a couple of times this series. So again, got to be aggressive, but not too aggressive.
You have to find that peaceful median. Off the crossbar. There's Shock.
Oh. Seabass got a big bump on Shock there to take that ball out of the equation. I really like that thinking there on the defensive mindset of just keeping that ball out of his hands, keeping it away from the potential shot.
Yeah.
Right here. That's the kind of thinking you need to be having if you're RBG because you're already over 1.5 minutes into this game. And you got to be extremely careful.
I mean, that bump right there on First Killer was brilliant because if First Killer had gotten that control that he needed on the field, he would have boomed that one straight to the back of the net just now. So that was a solid bump. RBG again playing so well right now. They're looking solid. Aeon with the challenge. That's dangerous. But it goes off to the side. Shock with that shot. Cleared away. Looking out is Aeon. He's off the wall. Going to control this one. Try to take it off to the side. But not if anything Sathu has to say about it. Shock once more. Seabass. Trying to air dribble this one out. Rapid just right there with him. A little bit too close. You want to give him a little bit of space, buddy. Aeon up on the wall. Tries to get it past, but again, shocking them. They're going to do a great job stopping the balls right there as you try to roll them up there in the corner. Oh, and Seabass kind of with it. As he gets tossed away with it. Aeon. Great clear. Where's the follow through? Oh, he tries to get the demo on Seabass, but it doesn't work out. And we see it redirected away by Rapid as well. Both teams, they're playing a lot safer right now. Both teams really hesitant to try and take that risk.
Well, it's game 5. you don't want to make any mistakes here, because the first team that makes a mistake,
it might as well be overtime.
Yeah, you might as well bring it to overtime. But again, 2 minutes left, nothing in the scope of things quite yet.
Aeon gets touched out to the
open.
side. But Seabass again, he's that backline defender who's been working pretty well for RBG right now. Aeon is up. Touch out by Seabass. But again, Shock there on the wall. Rapid trying to get the challenge there. Can't beat out First Killer. They're trying to make something happen here. That one looks great. Sathu finds goal number 1 with 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock. And you can just see the play starting to happen here. First Killer beautifully getting it past that defender off to Sathu.
And right here, right away, 1 minute 30 left. A big takeout menu here for RBG, because they have to order everything if they want to get past Afterthought. They need to score now, and they need to tie this game up if they want to go to overtime.
They definitely need this right now. RBG, they've come so far. They don't want to let it end right here. Seabass with the touch off the Rapid. They're playing with fire, keeping it so close to the net like that, so they've got to be careful. Aeon losing out that challenge against First Killer. Touch by Rapid. Great shot, but Sathu with that save. 57 seconds left on the clock, and still RBG searching for that goal. Sathu down to the corner. Aeon in the way. Shock takes it off the wall, looking to set something up here, but Seabass once more. And again, Afterthought, they're not letting it even come into their half. They really do not want to let this thing go. Oh, and there's the shot, and Shock finds goal number 2 for Afterthought. 33 seconds left on the clock. That might have done it for them.
And it might have done it for them indeed, Ryan. 33 seconds is going to be really tough to score 2 goals, especially against this Afterthought team. You're looking at maybe at least 1 kickoff goal here, because you really got to set things up. And you're right, Afterthought have been doing great on defense because they just haven't had to play it. Their defense is just keeping this ball on their offensive half and just not giving RBG any opportunities.
Yeah, RBG really struggling to find anything to work with there, and Shock for sure put that nail in the coffin. This game is done. 15 seconds left on the clock, 3 goals to go. I do not see RBG making that happen.
Yeah, and this is so unfortunate here, because this 3-0 scoreline does not do the rest of the series justice at all.
It doesn't do this game justice.
It really doesn't. This game was so close until the last minute here, and it's just unfortunate that things are starting to unravel for RBG. But they played with heart this entire series. I have the utmost respect for this squad, and I know they're going to do such great things in the future.
And so there you have it. Afterthought take the series and are moving on to face Rogue in the next game.